They returned a victim to Jeffrey Dahmer. Hours later, he was dead. May 27, 1991, 2 a.m., Milwaukee, Wisconsin. A 14-year-old boy is stumbling down North 25th Street. He's naked. He's bleeding. He's barely conscious. Two women see him. They call 911. When officers arrive, the boy tries to speak. He clings to one of the women. Witnesses insist something is wrong. Then a man approaches calmly. Soft-spoken, polite, controlled. He tells officers it's just a lover's quarrel, that the boy is 19, that everything is fine. The officers hesitate. Then they make a decision. They walk the boy back into apartment 213. The man waiting inside is Jeffrey Dahmer. By sunrise, the boy is dead. And what happened that night would expose one of the most devastating failures in American policing history. This is Arcane Echo true crime, where silence hides monsters and sometimes exposes systems. To understand that night, we have to go back. 1978, Bath, Ohio. An 18-year-old Dahmer picks up a hitchhiker named Stephen Hicks. He invites him over. They drink. When Hicks tries to leave, Dahmer panics. He strikes him with a barbell, strangles him, then dismembers him in his parents' basement. Pause. Most serial killers escalate gradually. Dahmer begins with murder. Then he goes quiet for nearly 9 years. But inside, fantasies intensify. Not just killing, control, possession, stillness. He didn't want partners. He wanted bodies that wouldn't leave. What would you have done if you were one of those officers that night? By the late 1980s, Dahmer moves to Milwaukee. He frequents bars, targets young men, mostly black men, many from the LGBTQ+ community. He offers money for photos. Drinks are drugged. Victims wake up restrained, if they wake up at all. Then murder, dismemberment, preservation. Polaroids document everything. He keeps skulls, hands, organs. This is no longer impulsive violence. It's ritual. Here, the psychology shifts. Dahmer becomes obsessed with creating a compliant partner. He drills into skulls, injects acid, injects boiling water. He believes he can erase free will. Every attempt fails. Every victim dies. But his confidence grows because he hasn't been caught, and that emboldens him. Neighbors complain about the smell. Police respond to disturbances. At one point, a 14-year-old boy escapes. This is Conorak Synthesumphone, the moment we open with. Witnesses beg officers not to trust Dahmer, but bias enters quietly. The officers assume it's a domestic dispute. They assume the women are overreacting. They assume. And assumptions kill. They return Conorak to Dahmer. Hours later, he is murdered. That audio recording later released. Casual tone, jokes, ignites outrage across America. 17 victims. And he was almost stopped at number 15. July 22, 1991. Another man escapes. Police search the apartment. Inside, a human head in the refrigerator. 3 more in the freezer. Polaroids showing staged corpses. A 57-gallon drum filled with acid and remains. The smell neighbors reported for months. Decomposition. Dahmer is arrested. Calm. Cooperative. He confesses in detail. No insanity plea. No denial. Just explanation. In 1992, Jeffrey Dahmer is sentenced to 15 life terms. 957 years. Victim impact statements devastate the courtroom. Families break down. One father lunges at Dahmer. The nation watches. Because this case is no longer just about murder. It's about failure. Institutional failure. The 2 officers are fired. Then reinstated. Public trust fractures. November 28, 1994. Dahmer is beaten to death in prison by another inmate. He dies at 34. Some call it justice. Others call it unfinished. But the most haunting part? The night he was almost caught. If Conorak had been believed, how many would have lived? History remembers monsters. But it must also remember the moments systems failed to stop them. A 14-year-old boy escaped. He found help, and help sent him back. This is Arcane Echo true crime. And some echoes never fade.